Hi guys, today I have a weird problem for you. I'm seeking your advice, but I'm also showing you something. So when I did my video on how to export scenes, a bunch of you suggested Collada, and I definitely agree that the Collada exporter is a much easier solution in most situations, but here's a situation where Collada goes badly wrong, and I wondered actually if you had any thoughts on why it does it. And I also wanted to discuss with you a problem with poser rigging and see if you had a solution to another problem. So what we have here is a scooter. I can't remember what the scooter's actually called. Dolce Vita scooter, I think it's called. So I want to export this so that I can use this scooter in Poser. So I'm going to go export, and I'm going to do Dolce Vita scooter. Already exists because I've already saved it before. Then I'm going to do generic Collada, show individual settings. It makes no difference if I have invisible nodes on or off, and then I'm just going to accept that and save it. So I've already done that. I don't need to overwrite the previous file. Then I'm going to go to Poser, and I'm going to do import Collada, and here's Dolce Vita scooter, and open it. Don't need lights or cameras, and bring that into the scene. And here's where things go really weird. Okay, so this is what I get. All of the parts of the scooter are all over the place. Now you might think, if I grab this wheel for example, see all of the parameters are set as well. So you might think if I set those to 0, it will put them in the right place, but it doesn't. So there's not even an easy way to reassemble that. Okay, so Collada's utterly failed there. So the first question is, do you guys know of any way around that? And I'm going to suggest probably not, but if you do, then that would be great. Okay, so second option, and this is the way that I usually export, is I'll go to here, I'll do export, and I'll export as OBJ format. And here we have scooter, save as, yes it already exists, and then I can set the settings here, and that gives me a much better behaved model when I import into Poser here. So I import 100% because I set the right export size scooter, and it's importing now. For some reason the dialogue's off the screen. Okay, it's weird how the OBJ importer is so much slower than the Collada one. Anyway, but as you see now, the scooter's much better behaved. So I'm just going to Control D to drop that to the floor, and there you go, all the parts are in place. But if I look at my hierarchy window, which is over here, you will see the scooter is just a single object. So I lose the ability to move the seat, turn, move the mirrors, move the wheel. So what's the easy solution to that? Well, I just grab the scooter, I go over to here and click on the on this thing over here. What's it? Object tool or something? I think it's called Group Editor. There you go. And then I simply do spawn props. And what that does is it breaks down. You'll see here now it's broken the scooter down into a whole bunch of component parts. So I'm just going to delete scooter, that's the original one, and for some reason it creates an extra part here, an extra body part here called DV, which I'm going to delete as well. So what that leaves me now is this fork, which is the fork here, and the wheel, which is front wheel here, plus the mirrors and parts here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a hierarchy. So I'm going to put front wheel on fork. I'm going to put the mirror actually, the mirrors are actually, I've got a mirror and then a mirror stick. So this mirror is left 1. The actual glass mirror is left left 2, and then I'm going to drag that onto fork as well, so it's going to attach there. Then I'm going to do the same with the other mirror. Oops, a daisy. And then I'm going to drag that onto fork. So now what we have, I'll do clutch lever and everything else. To be honest, I'm doing a load of stuff here I don't need to do, but anyway, I'm going to, just for the illustration. So now what I have is the fork here, which is selected here. And now what I can do is rotate that fork. But you'll see the problem. And this is another problem that I need your help with actually, guys. So I now have all the parts here, but you'll see the center of rotation is somewhere down here. Let's have a look where the rotational origin is. So show hidden parameters, display origin. Yeah, and you can see the origin is kind of here somewhere. So if I rotate that back and then just move this object in Z, I presume it is, yeah. So you can see there that the origin is there, but the trouble is that what I need to do, because of the way that it's actually rotating, if we look at the original one and I grab this fork here and then I go to parameters, and you'll see how I've got fork rotate. It actually rotates about a non-vertical axis, which is to say that the axis is offset. But in Poser, having imported that, I actually don't know of a way to rotate the axis. I can move the axis of rotation to here or down to the wheel or whatever, but I don't know of a way to rotate it. Look, I can change the origin in X, Y, and Z and offset, but I can't tilt it. So if you guys know a way of doing that, please let me know. So, you know, if I'm not going to rotate this, I'm fine. If I just restore that back to where it came, restore the rotation back to 0. If I'm just going to import that as an object like that, that's fine. And this one I can just put the stand, I can put an axis of rotation up here. The wheels are fine, I can put an axis of rotation there and there. But for this tilted axis of rotation, I have a problem. So if you guys know a solution to that, please let me know. Okay, well that's it for today. I'm just going to record another video just to show you something in a minute.